Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be doing episode 4 of Teach Kindness. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to dive into getting to know me a little bit more. So I had a Q&A on my pageant Instagram, and if you're not following that, please go give it a follow. It is at UNM North Carolina Team, all one word, no spaces. So we're just going to jump right in. I have collected a few questions and I have them on my computer, and yes, I do have a lot of stickers. That is one thing that I take pride in. I'm a sticker collector, but this one is one of my favorites, which is the I Like Me sticker. Shout out to Riley for that organization. It's really awesome, and if you've never heard of it, go look it up on Instagram. It's really awesome. So we're going to get started and go ahead and dive right into a few of the questions I was asked on my Instagram. So the first question is, what has been your favorite appearance as the reigning Miss North Carolina team? So I got this question and I kind of had to think about it a little bit because this year's been kind of crazy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. We started out, it was really normal and we had a lot of fun. I've been able to serve a lot and spend a lot of time with my sister queens. Right after we won, we went on a beach trip to, it was in Ocean Isle. And we all were in one big beach house, and it was so fun. This is really where we really got to know each other. We really bonded. We took a bunch of super cute photos, and so that was the first thing we got to do. But then the end of the year rounded off. We had a Christmas party, and going into the new year, we had a few normal months, just as everyone has. But then the coronavirus hit, so now we are not able to see each other as much as we would like to. So and you know, events have been canceled, community service projects have been canceled, but I've been trying my hardest to keep doing what I can during this time that I am inside, staying at home and being safe. So with that being said, my favorite appearance would have to be the Carolina Heartland pageant. This was the last event that I was with the majority of my sister queens before the coronavirus happened and we were having to stay at home and a lot of things were getting canceled. This was a time that I really felt like my sister queens and I connected on, you know, a new level. I mean, at the beach, we became really good friends and stuff, but it was kind of like that second time being together. We had, we felt like the royalty of the pageant because we were the queens at the time, and we were welcoming this new sisterhood of girls that were going to be into our family, and they now are in our family, and I love each and every one of them so much, and I'm so thankful for them. But with the North Carolina and South Carolina girls, I was able to get to know each and every one of them even more. So I found out that we're all very different, we're all very unique, and we all have a lot of stuff we can bring to the table. So at this pageant, I realized how much I was able to connect with these girls, and that they are going to be my sisters for even longer now because Nationals is now in November. So with that being said, we spent the day as the queens getting to wear our crown and sashes. We even had a whole opening number where we were able to go out first, and I don't know, it was just something really special. The national princess was there, Cameron, and she was really super sweet, and we bonded a lot there as well. At the end of the day, we had a pizza party in our pajamas, and it just felt natural to be together. And I just think that was definitely one of my favorite appearances as the reigning Miss North Carolina. All right, so my second question on my list is, where do you plan to go to college? So as a senior, this has been a really tough decision for me. Of course, I've had lots of opportunities and scholarships that I have received this year. I have worked really hard basically my whole life to make sure that I have been a straight A student. I have been involved in many clubs like National Honor Society and Student Government, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and many more. So with that being said, I'm also a dual enrollment student at my high school. For the past 2 years, I have been able to take community college classes through my high school, and those have been very beneficial for me as I can go ahead and get those out of the way and have that knowledge. For example, I just finished my public speaking class, which has helped me tremendously, not only in my personal life, but in my pageant life as well. I've been able to use that platform to share the Crown Cares as well. I gave them a Crown Cares presentation the other week, as our first speech was an informative speech, and I just kind of gave them the spill on bullying and how it's really affecting our children in school and how we can prevent it, and that I am an advocate for the Crown Cares and what I do to make sure that stops. And I also, my last speech I did with them was a persuasive speech. So I chose to do it on pageant girl stereotypes and why there shouldn't be those stereotypes, because I believe as a pageant girl that we hold lots and lots of values and things that make us powerful women. We have lots of things that we can bring to the table. There's a lot more that goes into the pageantry than many people know, and I could go on and on about it, but back to the question, where do you plan to go to college? So I was able to win my high school pageant back in October, which came along with a really, really good scholarship to Wingate University. So right now, the plan is to attend Wingate University, and I'm very excited for the new opportunities and the new friendships I'm going to have. But yeah, so that is where I plan to be the next 4 years, to major in elementary education. All right, next question on the list is, what has been your favorite community service project? Well, that is a good question, and one I really had to think about as well, because I have been able to do a lot of things with my North Carolina teen title, and I've been so very blessed to get out in my community and do these things for others. But my favorite by far would have to be Piedmont's Prom Closet. This was something I was able to bring into my very own high school and implement it for girls that struggle with buying a prom dress for the prom event. Sadly, this year we did not get to have prom, so I did not get to see this project go into effect as I wish I could have, but hopefully next year. I already have someone lined up to take over this project, and I can't wait to see what they do with it, how they personalize it, and the girls that they are going to impact. So basically, Piedmont's Prom Closet is something that I came up with because I had a teacher approach me and told me that there was a problem going on in the school, that there were some girls that were unable to attend prom because they either could not afford a prom dress, didn't have the resources for it, or the accessories, the shoes, and everything that kind of goes along with prom. As a girl, it can get very expensive. I totally understand that part. So this made me very, very sad, because I was able to go to prom the year before as a junior. So as a senior, I knew how fun it was that night. I feel like prom is a fantasy that every girl should be able to live out during their high school experience. So I wanted to make a change in my high school with this problem. So I talked to my administrators, my counselors, and anybody who I could get in contact with to be able to put this project in action. So I kind of thought about it for a while when the teacher approached me about it, and I was like, what can I do? Like, how can I make this something that is sustainable and that will go on even after I'm out of high school and other girls can take it over? So at first I was like, well, I'll collect some dresses and maybe somehow can figure out a way to get them to the girls that are in need of them. Well, as the project grew, I have been able to create a prom closet in my school where we cleared out a whole room for these dresses. I was able to collect over 90 plus dresses and shoes and men's attire and accessories. This blew my mind with the community and what they did to come together to support this cause. So after lots of planning and talking with my principals, assistant principals, and anybody I could get involved with for this project, we had our first shopping day, which was in early March, which was right before we were out of school. And we did have 2 girls say yes to the dress. So basically what happened was I decorated the room the day before. I went in and I made it super cool, and if you have not seen it, head on over to my Instagram page at UNM North Carolina Teen, and I have videos and pictures of it. It's actually really awesome. And I played music for the girls as they walked in, and we had balloons and streamers, and just like it would be like if they were to go prom shopping anywhere else. So we had all these beautiful, beautiful dresses that so many people donated, and the girls would come in. It was very confidential, and I had some counselors in there with me. They could head over to the bathroom that was right down the hall, try on the dresses, and find some shoes maybe that could go with the dress, and some accessories, and a little purse. But yeah, so it was super, super cool that I was able to do this in my very own high school. It was always a dream of mine since I was a freshman to be able to make an impact in my school. And I was given this passion to help these girls with their prom dresses, and I'm so glad I was able to do that. I cannot wait to see where this project goes. I wish I could have seen how many girls it could have impacted this year, but that's okay. God has a greater plan. He's going to impact even more girls next year, just know it. But yeah, so that by far has to be my favorite community service project. All right, the next question I was asked was, how did you find out about UNM? So this is an interesting question because I kind of got into the pageant world after I won my middle school pageant. And it was a few years after that that I was like, Mom, I really want to do some more pageants. Like, it really sounds super fun. So a friend of ours encouraged me to get out there, try her pageant that she was the director of at the time, which was Carolina Cutie Pies. I did that, and I was like, okay, this is really fun, and I'm really liking this. So we kept doing some local pageants, and I came across, I believe it's called Southeast Sweetheart Pageant, and my director right now, Michelle Maney, she directed this pageant, and it was a practice pageant for kind of like a mock of what her state pageant would be like for UNM. So I really didn't know this at the time. I didn't know what UNM was, and I was like, ended up winning a big title at this Southeast Sweetheart pageant, and the director asked me, she was like, hey, you should come and do my state pageant. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think I'm on that level yet. But I was like, later on I thought about it and I was like, why not? So I tried it, and actually I couldn't do it the first year because I had cheer tryouts that weekend that she did hold it, but thank goodness I was so happy she held a regional pageant where I then received the title of Miss Southeastern States Teen, and I went on to compete at nationals last year, and I fell in love with UNM so much I just had to come back. So I did come back this year, and I competed at North Carolina and South Carolina State Pageant, and I was so blessed to receive the title as your new USA National Miss North Carolina Teen. And really, that's my UNM journey, and I'm so excited to see what this year holds. Okay, the next question is, what made you start your personal platform, Teach Kindness? This is a really good question because, one day I was just sitting at home and I was like, I want to do something. Like, I want to change social media because I feel like that's something that we don't really focus on making more positive. I feel like that's such a negative thing right now. And, it's hard. It's hard for girls. We struggle with social media. We see girls that look perfect and beautiful and so skinny. We find ourselves comparing ourselves to them. And it's such a negative thing right now, I think, in not only teenagers' lives, but adults' lives. And young kids that have social media as well. So I wanted to make social media a kind atmosphere. So I was thinking so hard, what can I do? So I was like, well, I want to be a teacher, and I really love the platform Crown Cares. And I love how it spreads positivity and kindness. I latched onto kindness. I knew that was my thing as soon as I started thinking about it. So I was like, well, I want to be a teacher and I love kindness. So why not teach kindness? So I went ahead, started up an Instagram page. If you're not following, it's at teach_kindness_. I have a YouTube series. If you're watching it right now, you already know that. And I do have a website. I will get the link to you guys soon. It's still kind of under construction. It is almost complete, but I will let you guys know when it is done. So I've been working really super hard to make sure that we are being kind on the internet and giving you that daily inspiration and new ways on how to be kind, ways you can change social media with kindness by yourself and not only me. So I really wanted to get that out there, but that's kind of how that platform came to be. Okay, so the next question I have is your favorite UNM Optional. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, so I've competed, at least at the state level, I've competed at I've done the talent competition, I've done the casual wear competition, and I've done fitness. I did fitness and casual wear at nationals as well, and I think that was the best choice I did make that week, competing in those competitions, because it really let me get used to the stage, what I kind of wanted to do, and kind of get a feel for everything, before the real competition. It was really great, I guess, just to get on that stage and get that little experience, before you actually compete. So my favorite, though, would probably have to be casual wear, because I don't know, you get to find a cute trendy outfit. Everybody's outfits I feel like are very different during casual wear because I mean that could mean a lot of things. You could wear anything you want from a cocktail to a jumpsuit or anything you choose. So casual wear would definitely have to be my favorite UNM optional. Alright, so this next question came from my sister Queen Madison Gregory. She said, if you could eat only one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Okay, this was a tricky one. And to be honest, I haven't given it a lot of thought yet because when I first read it, I was like, oh, duh, like Chick-fil-A and like food like that. But then I was like, wait, I could not live without Mexican food. I probably couldn't live without Italian food. So this is a really hard question. But I guess if I had to pick one, maybe, I don't know, I honestly don't think I could live without Chick-fil-A. So I guess that'd be my one type of food. I love me a Chick-fil-A sandwich and Chick-fil-A nuggets, and you know when I'm on that pageant diet, their salads are really, really good. So I think I'd have to go with Chick-fil-A. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on episode 4 of Teach Kindness to learn more about your creator and owner of Teach Kindness. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment below something kind you've done during this quarantine and things you have done to serve because that's being kind as well. Be sure to follow my pageant Instagram at UNM North Carolina Teen and follow my Teach Kindness Instagram at teach_kindness_. Thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys soon.